The stopgap measure expired. The bitter battle for a budget has no end in sight, and many agencies and programs are suffering. One of them, education. News Channel 20's Jacqueline Driscoll found out how local schools are planning during this uncertainty. She joins us live with more. Jacqueline?
Yeah, John, Stacy, when Central Illinois schools let out for Christmas break, they were owed 6 months of state funding. When they returned for second semester, however, the state did pay close to half of those funds. Still, they say operating without a sound budget isn't something they can do for much longer. It's a storyline Illinois is becoming accustomed to. No budget, which directly impacts our public education system and the children within it.
It's been a reality now that we've lived with for the past 3 years, either being prorated for our general state aid or having our categoricals be delayed.
A reality that schools right here in Central Illinois must plan for, operating without a budget, without the millions of dollars owed to them by the state.
You anticipate those dollars coming in. What if they don't come in? And so you have to set up plans as to how you're going to address those issues if those dollars aren't available to you.
Currently, the state owes Ball Chatham School District about $1.4 million, and District 186 is still waiting on about $8.4 million. These funds going towards categoricals or special programs not included in the general state aid.
These categoricals are in an area where you can't cut your services. They're for special needs students, for transportation, for bilingual students, for early childhood programming and block grants. So you can't stop the work that you're doing with students to wait for the state to pay. You just move forward, and you're in hopes that they will make the right decision to release those funds.
Those funds sitting stagnant in the comptroller's office, unable to write the checks until lawmakers agree on a budget.
The politics need to stop, and people need to stop governing by press release and just actually get to work. Roll up their sleeves and do the people's work.
District 186 and Ball Chatham say fiscally they're getting by with prudent planning, but the longer the state goes without a budget, the more difficult it will be.
Of course, any time that you start to compound this over multiple years and not receiving payments from the previous year, all of this puts school finance in question and school budgeting at a deficit area.
Illinois school districts say they are hopeful for a day where they can depend on 100% of funds owed to them by the state. And they don't mean 100% of prorated funds. They mean 100% of the actual money. Until then, they'll have to operate on contingency plans. Reporting live in Springfield, I'm Jacqueline Driscoll, News Channel 20.